Welcome into Jax State Today. We are a brand new show you'll find here on the East Alabama Sports Network, where we are going to devote a couple of days a week to talk all things Jacksonville State sports. And so we're excited to do this. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to the Gamecocks, and so we will be your source for all information on all the sports going on at Jax State, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, softball, golf, whatever it is. We'll have you covered here on Jax State Today. And again, be looking a couple of days a week for our show here on the East Alabama Sports Network Facebook page, YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, share it with your friends, and let's spread the word about the East Alabama Sports Network. We got some cool things going on that we'll be unveiling soon. So like the page, share it, drop us a comment, let us know where you're watching from. But would love for you to spread the word about the East Alabama Sports Network. Well, let's dive into it here on today's edition of Jax State Today. We're doing this Monday, February 24th, and coming off a great weekend as far as the spring sports teams go. And so we'll start with baseball as the Jax State baseball team, big weekend as they got the sweep over the Akron Zips. And if you'd looked at the schedule in the preseason, you didn't see Akron on it. Georgia State originally scheduled to come to Jacksonville for a series this weekend. Because of some weather, Akron and UT Martin were scheduled to play each other. Ended up not being able to play that series, though, in Martin, Tennessee. So UT Martin went to Georgia State. Akron came to Jacksonville State. So that's why there was the change of the schedule. But it was a great weekend for Jax State as they got a 3-1 win to start the series off on Friday. They shut the Zips out 10-0 on Saturday and an 11-3 win on Sunday there for Jax State. And Gamecocks sit 7-1 on the season, and this is the first time since 2000. 25 years since Jax State has started the season 7-0. The best start in 25 years for Jax State baseball. They got the they got the series win in a 4-game series with Oakland last weekend. They got the midweek win over Samford last week, and then the series sweep over Akron. So a great start and a huge test tomorrow night on Tuesday night, the 25th, as the Gamecocks will be in Tuscaloosa taking on the Crimson Tide of Alabama, who are off to a 7-0 start on the season. So a big weekend, though, and you look at the way the team's pitching. A really good start. 2.38 ERA as a team for Jax State. So they're doing good pitching. They've pitched 3 shutouts so far this season, which is really good for the staff as well. As that's one of the things they were looking to do in the offseason was to revamp this pitching staff, and I think they've done a good job of that as well. There's several guys who are hitting the ball pretty good to start the year. Drew Collins is hitting the ball well. He has a 444 average. Colton Hegwood batting 400. Grayson Ash for batting 375. And so those are just 3 guys who are hitting the ball well to start the season. But it's been a great team effort so far for the Jax State Gamecocks. And Coach Steve Beezer picking up win number 350 in his career in the 10-0 shutout on Saturday of the Akron Zips. So great weekend for baseball, and if you have not had a chance to go out and see the Gamecocks yet, you should. As again, they'll be in Tuscaloosa tomorrow night, but a weekend series upcoming with Arkansas State there at Jim K Stadium, so you can go out and support the Gamecocks in person this weekend for another series at home. But this will be a fun year for Jax State and year 2 in Conference USA, but a great weekend for the Jacksonville State baseball team. Another good weekend for the softball team at Jax State. They went up to Huntsville. We saw them play Alabama last Tuesday night, and they had some tough opponents again over the weekend up there in Huntsville. Again, the weather kind of changed things around a little bit, but Friday they got a win over James Madison 4-2. They turned around on Saturday. They lost to James Madison 7-1. But yesterday, Sunday, they started off playing the number 17 team in the country, Mississippi State, and Jax State got the win 3-0 over the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Kat Carter, 7 strikeouts in that 4-hit shutout for Jacksonville State, as she had a great weekend there for the Gamecocks, and always good to see Jax State able to get a solid win like that against a team like Mississippi State. Kat Carter also picked up Conference USA Pitcher of the Week honors this week as well from the conference office. And then Jax State played the number 20 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, and put up a great effort in that game. Lost 3-2 to the number 20 Tigers, but a solid day yesterday for Jax State Softball, and great to see them playing teams like that. That does nothing but make you better. You had Alabama earlier in the week, and they played Alabama well for a lot of that game. You beat Mississippi State. You play really well with an Auburn team that's number 20 in the country. I mean, I think that shows this is a good Jax State team this year that's playing with some really good teams and playing some really good competition so far this season as well. First home game for Jax State Softball is this week on Wednesday night. You can see Jax State hosting Chattanooga there at Jana McGinnis Field. So go out and check out the Jax State Softball team for the first time this season. First home game there. You can go out and see that. So that's exciting. Exciting weekend for Jax State Softball, as well as, again, they've got their first home game this week. And then coming up this weekend, they will be in the Black and Gold Challenge in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, as they will play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They'll have Lamar at 9 a.m. Friday morning. At 11:30, they will play Southern Miss on Friday. On Saturday, they'll play Lamar at 9 a.m. and Arkansas Pine Bluff at 2 p.m., and then they will end their time there in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, playing the home team there of Southern Miss Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. So a busy weekend upcoming for Jax State Softball as well. Talk a little men's basketball, as a big week for the Gamecocks coming up this week. They had a great win Saturday after a tough loss to New Mexico State on Thursday. The Gamecocks turn around. You don't ever want to make it 2 losses in a row, but they turned around. They got the win over UTEP 73-65 on Saturday, and Jax State still has the lead in Conference USA, but the team who's half a game behind Jax State is the opponent for Thursday. Jax State makes a trip up to Lynchburg, Virginia, to take on the Liberty Flames Thursday night. Again, Liberty just a half game behind Jax State for the lead in Conference USA. Middle Tennessee about a game and a half behind the Gamecocks as they are in third place. But this is a huge matchup for Jacksonville State on Thursday night with Liberty. Obviously, you want to win the regular season, but you really want to finish in the top 2 in the regular season standings for Conference USA, because the way the conference tournament works, it's up in Huntsville once again, which is cool that it's so close to here. But the top 2 teams, they will play on Wednesday, but they get Thursday off before the semifinals Friday championship on Saturday. And so that's very valuable to have a day off right there in the middle of a tournament. You don't get that a lot. And so it's big to finish in that first spot or that second spot, because you do get a day off. That's a reward for finishing top 2 in the conference. And so this is big for Jax State to keep their head down and keep winning games, to go up to Lynchburg, win this game Thursday to stay in first place and help secure their spot. FIU is the opponent in Miami on Saturday, so it'll be a playing in Lynchburg Thursday night, playing in Miami on Saturday. So quite a trip there, quite a road trip. But Jax State looking to get it done, and hopefully they can remain there at the top of Conference USA and make it happen there and get a good spot heading into the Conference USA tournament in a couple of weeks. And I mean, we're winding down here. Just a few games left of the regular season. As I believe it is March 8th will be the final Conference USA and final regular season game for Jax State here in this season. They will not have a midweek game next week. They'll play FIU Saturday, have some time off, and then last game with Kennesaw State coming up on March 8th. So it's crunch time for Jax State men's basketball, and this has been a team that's lived up to expectations this year and really over exceeded expectations, as We've seen them only lose one game at home this year. That was Thursday night to New Mexico State. And this is a team that has really rallied together. And Jerron Pierre has been tremendous this year. Other guys around him have stepped up in big pieces as well to make sure it's not just a one-man show. And it hasn't been a lot of the time. They've protected the home court. They've gotten some key wins on the road in tough places. I'm excited to see what this Gamecock team can do once they get into the Conference USA tournament, because they've proven really they can beat anybody in this league. And so it'll be cool to see what the Gamecocks can do come Conference USA tournament up in Huntsville. Again, close. You can go check out the Gamecocks up there in the Conference USA tournament. Lots of great stuff going on at Jax State. We're going to have you covered a couple of days a week. We'll run through news going on around Jax State. We'll have interviews, coaches, players, media members, and all that right here on Jax State Today, a show from the East Alabama Sports Network. So like our Facebook page, share it with your friends, share this video with what we have and share what's going on at Jax State. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can like this video as well. But spread the word about the East Alabama Sports Network, about Jax State Today, as we have you covered. We are your premier source for coverage of East Alabama sports. I'm Chase Robinson. This has been Jax State Today.